What's up, everybody? In this video, I'm going to be talking about how you can become the 2.0 version of yourself. And I'm not talking about pitching specifically. I'm talking about how you as an individual can become the best version of yourself so that it translates onto the field as well. And in this video, I'm going to be talking more about how you can be consistently the same person on the field and off the field. Because ultimately, if your goal is to play at a high level, you can't ride this roller coaster of emotions that a lot of guys will find themselves in. You need to be consistently the same person, and I want to show you guys how to do that and how in college, during my career, I was not good at this. I didn't know what it meant to be the best version of myself. And to be honest with you, that was the main thing that held me back from being the best version of myself and playing at a high level. See, I pretty much capped my velocity in the low 80s my entire career. And it was because there were too many things that I was focusing on outside of the game itself that were distracting me, that kept me from being the best version of myself. And I'll honestly come out and say that, it wasn't until my senior year that I really started to dial in on what being an elite baseball player meant, because I felt like the clock was ticking. I felt like my senior year in college, and if I don't do something now, then it's all over. And then my dreams of playing past college, they're done. Like I have to show out this season. And maybe you're watching this video and you're thinking the same thing, where if you're a sophomore in junior college, maybe you don't transfer somewhere. Or for your senior in high school, or even junior in high school, you're thinking, if I don't do extremely well these 2 years, I might be done. So in this video, I'm telling you that there's a ton of hope for you. Every single day that you wake up and you get to play baseball and you get to be in an athletic and healthy body and get an opportunity to play baseball in the game that you love, this child's game, and become the best version of yourself outside of the game, to where when you actually go out and step out on that field, you're the best version of yourself. You can go out and compete and forget about all the rest of the things going on in life, and you can just have fun. So it wasn't until my senior year that I really dialed in all of this stuff. And what I mean by this stuff is I started to really become the best version of myself. And by that, I mean I was starting to do things that other guys weren't doing that would set me apart so I can be the exception. Welcome, Daisy. Hey, girl. And that was the stuff that would get people to almost talk bad about you in a way, like you're doing too much because you have this standard for yourself. But I leaned into that. I went to sleep at 7 to 8 p.m. and I would do my homework in the morning or in the afternoon, like early morning. And I would work out in the morning before 6:30 a.m. practices. I would be doing a ton of stuff at 4, 5 in the morning before my day actually even started. I was getting after it because it gave me the edge. And it was that type of stuff that I really leaned into, because sleep mattered to me. What I put in my body mattered to me. How I viewed myself mattered to me. How I started my day mattered to me. And all of this stuff led to much better self-efficacy, self-confidence, performance. And that's the stuff that if you are trying to become the best version of yourself and see the results. I know I talk a lot about velocity in my content, but ultimately we all know that velocity is what gets you looked at, right? But that's just one aspect of the entire picture, and you need to be looking at the entire picture if you're going to go anywhere, right? And velocity wasn't really a thought for me until my senior year of college, because I just grew up in a day and age where if you just got outs, and maybe not grow up in a day and age, but I focused more on just getting outs. And if I was able to do that at the level that I was at, then I settled for it. And I was like, I'm good enough. But it wasn't until my senior year that I realized that it's not good enough. And I should be thinking about velocity, and I should be thinking about what I do outside of the field and how I develop myself and becoming the fittest, most athletic version of myself, and taking care of myself, because I elevated myself to a higher standard, even just at the NAIA level. I knew that if I was going to get out of the NAIA level and play past college, I had to elevate myself past what I was seeing around me. So if you're telling yourself you want to play at a high level, what are you doing right now to make sure that even if you get there, you're going to prosper and still be the exception? How much does it really matter to you that happens? And ultimately, what are the reasons that you're even doing this in the first place? Because that's the stuff that you're going to come back to. That's the stuff that you're going to have to come back to if you're not feeling motivated. When you feel like you don't want to do something, how are you going to still make it happen? Are the habits that you consistently do, are they serving you and your goal to be a high-level baseball player, high-level pitcher, to throw harder, whatever those goals are the things that you do consistently, are they serving you? And really analyze yourself. Really audit your lifestyle habits. Who are you hanging out with? What are you really doing in your free time? The meals that you eat, are they geared towards the goal that you have of throwing harder and becoming the most athletic and fit version of yourself? Are they fueling you? Are they recovering you? Are they building you up? Or are you maybe not doing enough? Are your workouts just very general? Or are they specific to the goal that you actually have for yourself? Are you going to keep on doing things without intention? Or are you going to start getting onto a plan, a specific plan with a ton of clarity on what exactly you need to do to make it to the next level, and follow that and execute it on a daily basis with discipline and integrity? That's the stuff that's going to take you to the next level. And you have to be honest with yourself with this stuff. Why are you doing what you're doing? Why do you want to play at a high level? How do you want to show up for yourself if you actually do end up playing at a high level? Because just because maybe you're playing college ball or D1 baseball, that doesn't mean that you have everything dialed in. You're still surrounded by a bunch of other guys who want the same things as you. You're surrounded by a bunch of other D1 baseball players who are either fighting for your spot or you're playing against them and they want to beat you. And how are you going to show up to the field knowing that you've done more than that person? And if that's the stuff that you're not considering, I would urge you to start considering that now. Because this isn't the stuff that you put off into the off season. This is the stuff that you do on a daily basis. How you show up for yourself on a daily basis is what I'm talking about here. So if you're the person who thinks that they can't make progress until the off season, that this isn't a summer thing or a preseason, a fall thing, it's never about the time of year. It's about what have you done up until this point? Who did you wake up today as? Who did you show up today as? What did you tell yourself in the morning? How did you set yourself up the night before? And it's a hard thing to do, to have that much clarity. You have to sit down and actually ask yourself this stuff and figure it out. And it's a lot easier with help, with someone who's actually been at that level and done that and consistently does it. So if you actually want to take yourself to the next level, it's not something to be put off. Because if you're telling yourself that I have all of the answers right now, you don't. It's not about knowing what you should be doing. It's about doing what you should be doing. Knowing it is one thing. Having to go out and find the answers is one thing. And I've been there. I wasted years and years and years either thinking that I knew what I was doing or not looking hard enough for the answers or not doing it. But what I do now is I live it. Every single day I'm trying to show up as the best version of myself and lead by example for the guys that I work with. Because ultimately, if I'm going to show them the right path, I have to be doing it myself as well. So if you're not someone who's just looking for more velocity, because I know you're looking for more velocity. Everyone's looking for more velocity. If you're looking for more velocity, but you know that there's more to it than that, and you know that how you show up and what you put in your mind and how you live your day to day, if you know that that matters so much more than maybe you've been giving credit to, then I would urge you to seek guidance and to get onto a program that gives you the absolute blueprint and the tools to show up every single day and succeed. And absolutely crush every single day that you are still a baseball player. And still a baseball player working towards something bigger than yourself. Because you, if you're watching this and you've gotten this far, you are more than just a game. And it isn't just about showing up so you can be the best version of yourself on the mound when you have that few hours potentially where you get to showcase, your talent and all of that and what you do on the back end. But outside of that, who are you as a person? Do you realize that you are a child of God, that you were made in His image, and that you have gifts from Him, and that you play for Him, whether you know it or not? If you want somebody in your corner to help guide you along this path into becoming a young man and grow in your faith and grow in who you are as an individual, then I would urge you to click the link in the description and book a call with me, and we can talk more about your situation, because ultimately what I do is I help pitchers become the best versions of themselves. I know that we're after velocity. That's a byproduct. But if you're trying to play at the highest level that you possibly can, then the easiest way to make sure that that happens is to have somebody in your corner guiding you along that path, because it's not an easy path. Having that guidance and that accountability and the blueprint and the clarity and the support, all of that is extremely important in that journey towards becoming the best version of yourself on and off the field. So click the link in the description if you are interested in working with me one-on-one, and book a call with me. We'll talk more about your situation and how exactly I can help you become the best 2.0 version of yourself. Have a blessed day. God loves you.